How you guys doing today? This is Mike and Vaughn. What's up, bro?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Going pretty good, brother. So right now, guys, we're interviewing Rory Ross from the book of Boba Fett.
What's up, everyone?
So what's going to happen, guys, is that we're just going to go down the list of Rory's journey to the book of Boba Fett and everything that's happened after. So first thing I want to ask is, how did this come about?
I mean, I feel like this has just been a crazy journey. For me, Star Wars started off when I was 6 years old, and I had a rare fungus that it basically was literally causing my scalp to fall off. And during that time, while I was in the hospital, my mom brought Star Wars A New Hope. It was the first time I ever seen Star Wars, and it was amazing. It was what I needed at the time, seeing Luke's journey and how he was able to overcome obstacles. That gave me the hope that I needed, that I was going to be okay. And so that's been with me throughout this process, and becoming an actor, that was what I wanted to always kind of imbue a character of someone like Luke that gave hope and inspiration to other viewers like myself. And so kind of fast forwarding all the way back to February of 2021, now we're 22, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
man.
In 21, I was on set just doing a stand-in job, and I had this dream, I just literally just being on Star Wars, and it was crazy, and I was sharing it with Tamara Mowry from Sister.
Hell yeah.
And so we were just having a conversation talking about manifestation. She's like, yeah, put it out in the universe. And I kid you not, an hour after this conversation, I get a text from Central Casting, does a lot of the background casting, and it said Buccaneer, and I was like, yo, Buccaneers, Book of Boba Fett. I already knew that. I had that on my mind. I was like, all right. And then it said looking for Turkey Raiders, and you had to be comfortable with having masks over your face. And I was like, yo,
yeah,
this is a Tusken Raider. Like, I'm completely on board. So I've obviously said yes to it, and that sort of started the journey right there. And it, was pretty crazy and amazing. And now you've been able to see me in episode 1 and episode 2, and not sure if there's more to be seen necessarily there or not.
That's what I'm talking about. It's on Vaughn right here.
Yeah, man. So when you finally get to set, talk to me a little bit about when you get on the set. We all know Star Wars. We all got into this industry because of Star Wars. It's a big deal. So we know how personal it is. But going on those sets and literally stepping into the world, and then you feel like a kid again. Talk to me about a little, before you even start filming, you go on the set, and you're like, this is what I saw as a kid. I'm literally in the world now. So what does that feel like when you go on there and you're like, this is a dream come true?
I mean, you're absolutely right there. I can't say where we were filming, but basically, obviously, just even getting on set and the preparation aspect of where you're getting the put on the uniform, the outfit of the Tusken Raider, and the multiple layers, and as each layer is coming on, you're sort of just slowly immersing yourself into this world that you've known since you were a kid, and it brought tears. I mean, it honestly probably will bring tears to me again, because it was just like, is this real? Is this
what I
like
saw
happening? And then you put on the mask, and I just was like, I didn't even care. I couldn't see out of 2 eyes, or like completely breathe as well as maybe I should be able to. But it was just like, I am a Tusken Raider, and then seeing the sands of Tatooine, it was thrilling. And before the cameras even started, it was just like, this is amazing. This is everything I've ever dreamed of.
Yeah,
I'm a small but yet significant part of the universe, and now seeing how they really utilize this in the episodes, it makes it even more of a crucial element that I think the fans are coming to love and enjoy getting to know more about the Tuskens.
Right.
All right, man. So in the first 2 episodes, right, you guys basically, it's almost like Dancing with Wolves, but but like for the flashbacks, but and as someone who works on the show, I just want to know if you want to agree with the statement. The book of Boba Fett, it almost feels like it's like a gangster tale of Star Wars. It's like the Breaking Bad or the Wire of Star Wars, because it's like the way that you guys have been getting the show going, and the way the story is unraveling. It's really like with all your segments are the flashbacks about what helped had Boba Fett have a change of heart.
Yeah.
But like in the current timeline, when he's now the daimyo, it's just all like a whole gangster tone to the show. And as an actor, my question is, I know it's a bit of elaboration. Sorry about that, guys. But as an actor, how do you feel watching the show now after you filmed it and seeing the whole scope of the story unravel?
Ooh, that's a very good question. Well, so first off, I mean, I feel like obviously, yes, we're seeing more of the underworld, and it kind of has a little bit of that Han Solo effect, right? But I almost would challenge it a little bit more of not obviously, yes, you're seeing that crime story, and you're understanding more of that, and you're seeing the Hutts. Spoiler alert, if anyone hasn't seen it yet.
No, I'll put a spoiler alert on
Okay,
that.
cool. I was like,
good.
I wasn't sure. I was like, oh no,
We're good.
spoiled everything. But so you got those elements, but at the same time, I think it's really a transformation journey, you know, and I think before episode 2 came out and people were kind of like, why are the Tuskens? Why is this such a huge thing?
Yeah.
And one of the things I really enjoyed, and I think this was Star Wars Explained that said that, so I want to give credit to them, but exploring the idea that each Tusken that you were seeing was a representation of his journey, of Boba's journey, seeing the child, you know, and understanding that that's kind of like him when he was kind of coming to age, and, you know, seeing his own father, you know, what happened to him in Geonosis, and that sort of self-exploitation of it. That's the child there that he meets as a Tusken. That's why he spares him. He sees himself in that. And then when we see the warrior, who's played by Joanna Bennett, fantastic job. If you haven't seen some of her work, you know, Gal Gadot, she did the stunt double for that, and then also Captain Marvel. She was awesome.
It shows.
Yeah. Oh
Hell
my
yeah.
gosh, she was fantastic.
Yes.
So I want to give credit there where it's due. But she, as her character, as the Tusken warrior, she is Boba, where we see him at the climax of Empire Strikes Back, and he is a badass.
The beast.
Hopefully, yeah. Like I'm
He's a
allowed to say that.
savage.
He's savage. He's very powerful. Yet even in that time, when we see in Empire Strikes Back, he still has to ask permission, or not ask permission, but Vader says no disintegrations. He says you can't do that.
Ooh.
So even at that time, Boba still has chains around him in a sense. Like he's still restrained. He's not.
He's under a chain of command.
Yeah,
basically.
he's not that full person. So there's the warrior that's training him, and it's sort of that element of his life. Then you see the Tusken chief, and that's what he's dreaming. That's what he wants, where he doesn't have to listen to anybody. He's not under any command. He is the commander. And so then you see that playing out, where now he's in Maz Espa, and he's like, I am taking over Jabba's place. This is me. And so it's seeing that journey, and I think that's just really cool in that regard. And then going in episode 2, you see almost that rebirth of Boba, where he goes from, you know, the Sarlacc pit, and he has to go on the spiritual journey and sort of break the bonds in sort of maybe what he's been trying to be his dad. He's breaking apart, and he says, no, this is me. And he comes away with his stick that becomes the gun.
It's all good, man. Literally, the cross-cutting between him, like, crawling out of the Sarlacc and then crawling out of the sand, bro, it was great. So, talk to me a little bit about, we've seen the Tusken Raiders before, obviously, and we use the word savage as a word to be badass, but in this literal sense, before this, they were determined as savages. Right. Like we see in episode 2 when Anakin goes to rescue his mom. He just slaughters the whole village, right? It's like that. But what I love about this is that now we get to see that they're just more than that. They have heart, they have feeling, they have a sense of community, they have a sense of tribe, as the title suggests. So talk to me a little bit about playing a character that's opening the fans more into their world, and how they're misunderstood, and how these characters have a life, and how they were affected by the people that came into their dunes and messed up kind of what they were going through. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. So, you know, obviously Anakin really he kills them because he calls them savages. But what we explore, especially in episode 2, is that's where we get into saying, look, there's other tribes. The Tuskens themselves, they have their own cultures, their own societies, and because of that also doesn't mean that every single one of them are the same. Right. Which, that's us as people. When we do something, you know, whatever particular group, race, culture, whatever it might be, and when a race, let's say, you know, someone does something, right? Yeah, and you, for some reason, go ahead and you say, oh, I think everyone's like that. It's the same thing with Tuskens, or reverse that in the same order. Is that, like, just because one person does something, that doesn't account for the whole group.
The whole group, right.
Everyone has their own choices, their own personalities, their own experiences, and the way that they respond to situations. Yeah. And that's the same thing with the Tuskens, and just identifying that and understanding more of their culture and their society, and that they are not animals, that they have human aspects to them of, you know, of feeling, what they love, and emotion and everything else. I think that's an important thing in Star Wars and in life.
Man, all right. So my question is, what was it like having your Tusken Raider be one of the ones that basically gave Boba Fett his new outfit, like the all black that he's wearing with the wrappings and everything? What is it like watching your character in that scene, basically solidifying the completion of Boba Fett's rebirth? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I know I'm not gonna make it too long, guys, but it's like, as we're talking right now, I'm actually getting like thinking about Boba Fett even more and more, and it yes have a strong parallel almost to the Count of Monte Cristo, where Boba Fett instead of the Count of Monte Cristo, the guy goes to jail for 20 years because his friend set him up, and then comes out, gets revenge, becomes rich. But with Boba Fett, it's like you could say that he was almost like you said, like in prison in a sense mentally, because he always was under the servitude of somebody else. But now it's like he's liberated, and it's like coming out the Sarlacc pit was like the beginning of his rebirth. Running into y'all and the Tusken Raiders basically opened his heart and his mind up to be like, okay, I'm my own man. I want to help these people out because it's what I want to do. Because I'm a man. I'm not a clone. You know what I'm saying? But then just that scene where you guys give him the black Tusken wrapping. What was it watching that, and then from everything you had experienced behind the scenes wrapped together, like, how was that experience for you, filming it and watching it?
Yeah. Well, so let me add this real quick too onto that. Where we were talking about him breaking free.
Yeah.
I think also a big part of that was him breaking free from what was giving him purpose.
Yeah.
What was giving him purpose for the longest time was trying to kill Mace Windu because of what happened to his father.
Yes.
And so he didn't necessarily have an identity past that. Yeah. The identity was, I need to avenge my father.
Yeah.
So for him now meeting this family, this might be the closest thing that he's had to a family in the sense of like something beyond a bounty hunter, like what we saw in Clone Wars and everything else. So I think that's something that's actually really crucial in this storytelling as well.
Okay.
I wish I could take full credit in terms of being the one that gave the wrappings to Boba. That was my Tusken, but I got to give that to my buddy Greg. He was the one that got to do that part. But just seeing that as a fan and seeing the ceremonial aspect and understanding that this is a rare thing. Yeah. This isn't something that's happening every day. That is something that's really cool. And to be a part of that and have my Tusken as the elder, doing the wrapping was pretty freaking cool.
And also to me, it's like,
Mike.
Yeah, and to me, it's more like they accepted him as one of their own, like sort of. So we talk about the filming, right? And we know that ILM is behind the amazing technology and the animation that we see. Talk a little bit about the technology behind it and this new way of filmmaking that a lot of other people, a lot of other studios have yet to catch up on. This VR system, this dome system, this new technology that really allows to bring these worlds to life, that it's almost so photorealistic you can't even tell it's done on a stage. Talk to me a little bit about it.
Yeah, I'll be careful because I don't know how much I can say per se. It's proprietary technology. I will say that shooting on the volume at any point it's pretty mind trippy because as the camera is moving, that is what is being seen. So you have this massive, almost panoramic screen,
right?
And if you're doing a cross or whatever, and you're walking in front of it, the camera's is maybe pointed here, and it's like expanding the world or whatever it might be doing, and then you walk past that, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, whoa. That was disorienting. What just happened there?
Right.
But ILM has done a fantastic job understanding how light reflects off objects and really getting that. Getting that understanding of reflections. And when they go into the post and the visual effects, it's amazing. Yeah. ILM has always been, the
forefront.
The mecca more or less on it. And so I can't give enough props to the special effects team. They need to get a lot more love than I've been seeing them getting on the socials and stuff like that. So, but the whole team and how they produced it, and Jon Favreau kind of bringing some of the same technologies that he implemented with Lion King and, showcasing all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's just simply amazing. And I'm so happy to be a part of it.
Yeah.
All right, so, I mean, that basically covers most of what we wanted to know about Boba Fett. So, what's been new with you in this world, if you can speak on anything?
Oh boy. Well, what I can publicly say at this duration of time is that I can say that you will be seeing me in the universe again on Kenobi as a stormtrooper.
Yes.
So you will see me more. And that's about all I can say right there, I think. But I'm excited for the fans to see Kenobi. I'm excited for that story to be told, and for fans like myself to see the prequel kind of go ahead and have that connective tissue into the OG, especially New Hope, which was, again, what gave me the hope that I needed. So it was nuts to be on that, even more so. And I definitely wore this on set, and that was fun.
You look like you did.
Exactly, man.
Yeah. Do you have another question?
Yeah, man. Kind of, to wrap it all off, I think it's the perfect time to ask this question. You're on set, doing these amazing things. You're playing this character that we've seen all throughout the series. These creatures, these Tusken Raiders. Talk to me a little bit about being under the guidance of Filoni and Favreau.
Oh.
Because it's those guys. Because I don't think a lot of people give it credit. Filoni is literally George Lucas's student. You're literally, in a sense, working with what George Lucas really created. And Fav's coming in there and really honoring the universe, really bringing on what Filoni and Lucas had really done and really expanding upon this world, creating his own worlds, but yet still fitting into what those guys did. So talk to me about the feelings of knowing you're basically working under like George a little bit. This is George's universe. This is what we grew up on, and now you're a canon character in George's mind. So talk to me a little about that, because it's unbelievable, man. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, before I give props to those guys too, I want to give props to Ralph McQuarrie.
Oh, absolutely.
There's so many cool key scenes that we shot for Boba that it has just a sort of life off page,
right?
From that, especially this
He's
last
a legend,
episode.
Oh
yeah, the last episode where it showed Boba getting his gaffy stick and that whole thing. It's literally just taking place
from
out of the art. It's amazing. So I want to give mad props to that. Just fantastic. But with Dave and John, they have such a great vision, and they've been given so much creative control to really help mold this amazing storyline.
Yeah.
But yes, Dave and John, just fantastic storytellers, amazing. And a quick little story with John is I remember that first day I was on set, I was in the Tusken outfit and I was just geeking out like anybody else.
Who wouldn't?
I know, right? And I'm sort of like they called for mass break, and I was like, I'm just gonna hang out here, and I kind of had my head sort of in the shade.
Yeah.
And John comes over and he kind of kicks me over. He's like, "Hey man, you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." He's like, "You don't have to be a tough guy. Like you can get some some time out of the mess." I was like, "No, I'm fine. I'm fine." I'm like, you couldn't see my face, but I was like, "Oh my gosh, John just talked to me. This is cool." So anyway, just John and Dave again, fantastic storytellers, and then also just really great people, and to kind of headline these stories that we're seeing, especially with Disney Plus. It's just been amazing.
It's great,
man. Just real quick. So now that we wrapped on your work in 2 Star Wars properties, which is still crazy. I mean, I know for you.
Yeah,
because not everybody can say they did 2 Star Wars shows back to back like Rory Ross. My question is, what's happening with the getup and the little toy right there?
Yeah, I mean, so first off, yes, thank you so much. Being on the 2 Star Wars shows is amazing. So as I said at the very beginning, Star Wars has been something that's been such a big, important part of my life. Even before I really became an actor, I was an aerospace engineer for a quick second. Got to go to the Mars laboratory, not Mars, JPL, Jet Propulsion Laboratories.
Yeah.
And I saw the open house, and I saw the Curiosity rover and all this stuff. But going in Seattle, I got to see where Star Wars meets imagination, and it was like seeing all I have pictures of me like taking pictures of the stormtrooper outfits and all this stuff, and it's like, oh, it's crazy to being in that.
Yeah.
But Born to Be a Jedi, which is what you're seeing sort of here, shout out to Blue Box Designs and my amazing girlfriend for making this happen. Like, most amazing Christmas gift I've ever gotten. Seriously, thank you. It's the manifestation again of like going back in February when I had the dream of really, really being on Star Wars. It was like Star Wars has always been an important part of my life, and so now it's how do I try to manifest this in the most way possible? So I'm doing stunt classes and things like that to try to actually train as a Jedi and meet other people and I'm just become the Jedi I was born to be, to manifest. So if you're curious to see more of the journey and the story, go to borntobeajedi.com and you can see it all there, Instagram and the whole story there. You can see we may or may not have these toy figures on sale, I'm not sure. But you can follow along, and that's the dream. It's just to be a Jedi. The ultimate dream, if it's possible, is after we saw Luke come back in season 2 of Mandalorian. I'm sure I'm not the only one that shed some tears there, but to be Luke Skywalker's student at his Jedi Academy, if they were to show that would have the full circle. To be part of Luke and how he gave me that hope and inspiration to also be that same person for somebody else, especially if they're going through anything like that. If I were to give them that would be a full journey for me, and that would be amazing.
Yeah,
man. All right. So we want people to, if you want to plug anything, what do you want to plug right now?
I mean, again, borntobeajedi.com. Check out the Instagram or the Rorys.com. You can see all the stuff there on the acting side, and I just want you all to walk away with. I hope that we gave you some cool behind the scenes, and then also I hope that you also understand that you yourself can be whoever you want to be, in the sense of we all have power in ourselves and the ability to do amazing things.
Yeah.
So don't forget that. Like, you who are watching, whatever you are wanting to do, whether it's creative or elsewise, you can do it. Yeah. Take a small step and go in that direction. And obviously, may the force be with you.
Yeah.
Always.
Well, yeah, man, that all sounds amazing, bro. Like, thanks for plugging that in, because people gotta know who you are, bro. Like the stuff that you've been doing is absolutely out of this world, and we just really want to thank you for being on, and so thanks for being here, man. Like, I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. This is Vaughn from the Illuminerdi with my co-host Mike. Mike, where can they find you on social media, bro?
All right, guys, you can catch me on IG at KingdomKid90. Also from another program called Citizen Cinema. You can check me online there as well, IG, Facebook. And yeah, guys, so please just take your time, check out the Illuminerdi and everything else that we have to offer at the site, and we're gonna be bringing you way crazy interviews like this, man. I'm sorry, I'm just like a little emotional thinking about like how right now is the perfect time to be a Star Wars fan. Yeah, because we got so much content. So yeah, guys, we're gonna bring you more crazy interviews the rest of this year. We got a little something coming up that we had to put together to help you guys strike first. If you catch my drift, look out for that.
Yeah.
Peace.